18, 10, platinum, and gemstones that are quad 4 and above. So it's going to be a little pricey, but not really when you get what you compare what I'm going to sell you to what you compare in the regular marketplace. Okay, so Cheryl Briggs Benvenuto. You can follow me on Facebook under Cheryl Benvenuto. I'm in a full-on bee suit, or Magical Journey Cheryl and Cheryl Magical Journey, either or on Instagram. A couple of things here at Shop LC. We have built quite a large VIP following through Facebook, and we had started an event here at Shop LC we call Gem Fest. It's going to be in February the 10th, one we've put on. So over a 2-year course, this will be the 10th time. Every time it gets better and better and better. It's a free event here at Shop LC in Austin, Texas. You can come. There's a fashion show. You meet the hosts on the live TV and the live stream. We have a beautiful show. We have a free jewelry cleaning, appraisals at a minimal price. I think they were $55 last time, and a normal appraisal is going to be about $250. Discounted shopping, and usually a couple of seminars and workshops you can attend. Now, our VIPs are flying in. There's a list of them that are coming. I don't know the list yet. That's in the corporate world. But you can, folks, everybody out there that wants to attend, it is a free event. And the more people that attend, the bigger and better it gets every time. So if you have a chance, come on down to our headquarters here in February 20th, Austin, Texas, or join that VIP Facebook website on through Shop LC. And it's a website where people talk about the quality, the collections, what they love in life, their passions. It's a very friendly website. Some people have become lifelong friends through that. Okay, that's the promotion for Shop LC, aside from the live stream. So if you're watching now, on the live stream, what we do is we actually give you an additional 25% off just for watching. For tuning in, every price I give you is going to be less 25. I'm going to give you the 20 after the 25% off. And that's something that we do here. Just we're building up our live stream platforms so you benefit from that. Now, also, it's Tuesday, free shipping. That goes through Shop LC. And also, if you buy over $50 on your mobile app, you get free shipping. So that's a plus. Also, with every purchase, we feed a child. So let's get the show started. Hold on. Excuse me. I'm back. Okay. So I actually brought in, because, I've been in the gemstone and jewelry business my entire life. A little bit of background. Started out at 17, working for major factories up in Rhode Island, the jewelry capital of the world. Through high school, after high school, went to a 2-year trade school to learn every aspect of jewelry, then became GA certified. After that, I learned everything as much as I could. I love to cut stones. I love to bring you samples of what stones look like before they're actually cut and faceted. So when I got the show sheets yesterday, I went through and I picked out a few samples just to give you a little education on top of just selling you a beautiful piece of jewelry. I think it's nice to know a little bit about the stone that you're spending money on, because every stone has a history. It's like a person. Comes from a certain region or area, was discovered at a certain birth date for a stone. So they all have their own little history like a person, and sometimes it just makes it nice. Now, I didn't write down the history on all of them, but as much as I can give you knowledge, I'm going to spread to you today. And okay, we're going to start with item number Shop 1. So our graphics are up there, Shop 1. That means that the item I'm showing you now, when you go to checkout, type in Shop 1 in that comment, and then hit the arrow, and it's going to bring you right up to the order page. Now, this piece is something that, man, when you look at it, I'm going to take my signature cuff off. I wear this all the time. Ooh, it's my good luck piece. But this warrants just being seen on its own from wherever you're at, from across the room. But look at the size of that center stone. Now, this is Petroki kunzite. So kunzite is a very interesting stone. It was discovered in California in the 1902. There was not enough material discovered in California to warrant companies to come in and mine for kunzite. Now, I'm going to go with the price drop, and then I'm going to tell you more about the ring because it's so interesting. So our normal price on this is going to be 18 karat over sterling silver. It has AAA Petroki Kunzite. It is also surrounded by, and this one's in 18 karat over sterling silver. Your price on this, let me see, 18 round ember garnets are the haloing around this giant kunzite. Also to savarite, which is another garnet, and those are green garnets. So when you look at the picture, and I pull it up close to the screen, you are actually going to see those beautiful purple garnets. That's the amber garnet or ember. And then you're going to see those green, and that's tessavarite, spelled T-S, tessavarite. And those are garnets also, but tessavarite garnets are extremely rare. Now think about this ring. This could be yours. This center stone is a quad 3. The highest we go when we grade stones is a quad 4. So this is one step under the best of the best. This price today, after the 25% off, is going to cost you $701. Just going to write that down. At the end, I'm going to try to recap. 701, $700. If you like this and you decide you like it, that is after the 25% off. I have multiple sizes. I have 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, Petroki Kunzite, that center stone, is that beautiful pale pink. Now, I'm going to hold up a piece of kunzite in the raw. All right? Here's the ring. Here's the raw. Now, you can see this. I pulled this out of my stock. That's tagged at $1,444. This particular piece of kunzite is not even good quality. It's probably good quality compared to some. I can show you even worse. It's translucent. You can see through it. That's important. So when you're dealing with a gemstone, but this is a wholesale price. So for a gem cutter to buy this, they're going to come in and they're going to buy this slab, and then they're going to draw out different cuts that they want to do, and then they're going to cut a stone like this, right? $1,444 wholesale. Now, after that ring is cut, that stone is going to be a lot more expensive. These facets that are on this, it's an oblong faceted stone, which means it has a larger table. That Petroki Kunzite, to get that color, now look at this. This is $1,500. So realistically, this is $3,000. Okay, wholesale means I'm going to sell this to a particular gem cutter. If you're just a person coming in and you're buying this, you're going to pay $3,000. To get this quality that's completely translucent is going to be more expensive. This is AAA. That piece I showed you, that is between an A to a AA. So Petroki Kunzite, discovered in California in 1902. Like I said, there are a lot of gemstones that come out of originally mined in the U.S. Some not, but some of them are. But what happens is when they start to pull them out of the ground, there's not enough substantial quantity for a big company or a jewelry manufacturer to come in and say, we're going to spend $2 million to pull this out, because they're not going to get $2 million worth of rough. So it sort of went away. Kunzite, after it was discovered, there wasn't enough for people to be excited about it in the gem world, so it disappeared. In 2007, it was discovered in Afghanistan once again. So the Petroki Kunzite you're seeing on my hand is Afghanistan Petroki Kunzite. Now, think about getting gems out of that part of the world. Extremely difficult right now. So whenever we're dealing with, I'm going to wipe off so there's no fingerprints. Whenever we're dealing with an area of the world that we don't have particularly the ability now to go in and mine and pull stuff out of the ground, that warrants for the price to go up, increase in price. Because now there is not another source for Petroki Kunzite that's been discovered. So something like this, hi Emily, something like this is going to go up in price. Now this is sterling silver, but it's 18 karat over sterling silver, and it's rose gold. So we usually put rose gold over sterling silver with any pink stone at all. It could be morganite, pink sapphire. Right now it's Patroki kunzite. But I love this stone because of the double halo. So you're getting two types of garnet. You're getting ember fire, which are going to be your full cut garnets, which are here. And this is a great example, so you can see them really well. So these are going to be your full cut. These are haloing that beautiful oblong Patroki kunzite. And then these are your Tessavarite garnet. And those are going to be green. Both garnets, most people don't realize garnets does come in other colors. And the different colors other than red are going to be a lot more expensive. Your price on this, $701. Now, if you want to call the personal shopper, they can do this on budget pay for you and split it up over 5 months. Interest-free, that's what we do here at Shop LC. We give you interest-free budget pay. We just carry the debt for you. We ship it out to you after one payment, and then you can split that up over 5 months. It's on an automatic billing cycle. So that's going to be shop one. I'm going to move on now to the pendant that matches. And normally I wear a lot of jewelry. I took all of it off so I could really show you the stuff that I'm selling here, not be focused on my beautiful jewelry. And a lot of it's from Shop LC, by the way. Even the ring I had on earlier. Not for sale, but this is a GP, Gaia Perez. Our VIPs know who she is. Like how I came back and forth on the screen. Gaia Perez is coming to GemFest. She is an Italian designer. We have paired up with her. She has a beautiful collection here. Has sold here on Shop LC's platform for many years, but that's one of her pieces I've had first time I've worn it. But now we're going to move on to the necklace that matches that beautiful ring. So this is going to be shop number 2, and you type that in the message column and then hit that little arrow and off it goes, shop number 2. This particular piece is, whoopsie, is going to come on this beautiful 20-inch cable chain. And look at that lobster claw, large lobster claw, all in rose colored vermeil over sterling silver. Center stone on this one is going to be 7.75, almost 8 carat, just in the center stone. The stone is a 12 by 10. That is quite large. 12 by 10 millimeter. That's girthy. The color is, once again, AAA. It only goes one step up from this. And, you know, at the price, and when you grade stones from a AAA to a quad, which would be 4, is really, really almost slight difference that the naked eye is not going to know the difference. It has to be somebody who's really into grading. Once again, this is surrounded and haloed by your ember garnets. There's 18 of those, and those weigh 1.83 carat. Those are your beautiful purpley colored garnets. And then haloed on the third by your Tessavarite garnets, which are going to be the green. 20-inch chain for free. Your price after the 25%, $701. Exact same price as the ring. So if you want to do matchy-matchy, let's put them together so you can see what they look like together. So here's I'm going to put the ring on my middle finger. This size that I have is a 9, so it's a little bit large, which is great because you know what? I wear big rings on my middle finger. I don't always wear something on my ring finger. I sort of like to move stuff around, but there's the pendant and the ring together. And you can see as a matchy-matchy, they're absolutely beautiful. Now, you're getting quite a substantial amount of gram weight in the Patroki at this point. Hey, Xylee, I hope you feel better. Anyway, so this is double haloed on all these pieces. Really, really beautiful. $701. If you choose to purchase them, you will get a 25% discount because these were $900 before the discount. And look at the undercarriage of this. That's the back side. And that has a little D on it. And that little designer logo. Now, mostly when companies do the this is the back side, they do not put anything there. They leave it blank. It costs an extra money to do that step. Our new designer logo is called DeJoy. D''Joy. And that stands for delivering joy. That is our tagline here at Shop LC. We deliver joy. We try to give you the best prices. We have We've cut out all the middlemen, and to bring you the low prices, hopefully we're delivering joy. I know it does for me. But the ring is, shop 1, that pendant shop 2. So to get a designer logo on a beautiful piece of jewelry that's finished 360, these are really good prices, If you want to split anything up and put it on budget pay, like I said, that's an interest-free service that we give you. 1 payment down, 4 or 5 payments after that, automated on your credit card, and it's paid off. You don't feel that sting so much. It gives me, as a consumer and as a shopper, a host, the ability to buy a lot more material, a lot more beautiful stuff. I have probably doubled my jewelry in the last 8 months. And it's affordability. I like accessories and I love jewelry, so it's given me the passion that I love to make it affordable, and it's also luxury items. The stones and the designs and everything are designed by a person that works at Shop LC, so these are designer pieces. You don't know who in Gucci, Mucci, whatever other big box store, you don't know who's actually designing that piece. It's not the founder of the company anymore. It's a bunch of people they bring in to pay, right? Our company promotes from within. We've been around since 2007. 2008, we started as a liquidation channel. I was not aboard then. Very happy to be here now, but they've grown. And what they've done is they have grown substantially because they hire from within. They train people on a certain job, and that they become master at that job. Master craftsmen, which is something you have to, pay to go have done. Here they do it for free. All right. Well, not for free, but Okay. Our third item. This is very, very interesting because, first of all, this is going to come with your accredited certified appraisal, which means this is done by a third company. This is not done by Shop LC. This particular ring is look at that. Look at that. That is just... Oh, it is absolutely stunning. Look at the sparkle. Now, this is going to be a blue zircon. Now, this band is in a 10-karat white gold. It's a AAA, like I said. AAA to quad is all I'm going to show you in this show. Lab-grown diamonds. The blue zircon is going to be oval, 8.5 by 6.5 because it's an oval. 2.5 carat, 2.52. That is big on a spinel. Did I say spinel? I meant zircon. Sorry about that. The lab-grown diamonds are a 0.5 carat, GH color, and full cut. Okay, so I'm going to put this on a little ring form. Now, your price on this, remember, this is in 10-karat gold. This is going to be shop 3. Your price today is going to be $1,000. Oh, no, it's going to be less. Elias is going to give me a better price. Mm-hmm. He's behind the scenes over there doing magic. That's what he does. I have every size in this ring, and your price today, after the 25% off, hold on, because you're going to love it, it's worth the wait, is going to be $701. Why are they all the same number? That is so weird. That is. Okay, 701. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to run and buy a lottery ticket when I leave here, and I'm going to play those numbers, because what's the chance of them being the exact same price? This ring and this ring are the same price. Both for $1,400. That's a deal. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you have right here, you have your beautiful blue zircon. Now, blue zircon was discovered in 1927. Zircons come in an array of colors. White zircon is the oldest stone to mankind. It was discovered way before diamonds. We have the ability now to cut zircons exactly like a diamond. They're hard like a diamond, and they sparkle like a diamond. And they're a natural stone, which is great. So you have zircon, which is in the center. This is blue, and it's haloed by lab-grown diamonds. Now, lab-grown diamonds were started to be manufactured in 1952 by GE in a project called Project Supercharge. It was very scientific, very undercover in 1952. Remember, that was, in the height when a lot of stuff was going on between worlds and stuff. So any project that create diamonds was top secret. So they tried for many years. What happened was they were able to create small little industrial sized diamonds, not gem quality for jewelry. So after about 40 years, GE sort of let it go to the wayside. It wasn't worth them investing money anymore. So they stopped. Well, other companies grabbed that formula and they started to try to manufacture diamonds. In the early 2000s, it was news breaking. They had grown a diamond that was over a carat, and it was jewelry quality. It was able to be cut and faceted. So once that happened, boom, lab-grown diamonds became a new stone on the market. When they first came out, very, very expensive to buy. The price now, because Shop LC has paired up with a company that we are hand in hand with now overseas, we are one of the market's top leading lab-grown diamond sellers at this point. It is in a lot of our jewelry. We have shows that are just lab-grown diamonds. We have 5-carat lab-grown diamonds, which is massive. Around this ring are lab-grown diamonds, and they are diamonds. They are exactly a diamond. Now, what happens is when we place a diamond into, I'm going to call it a microwave, all right? It's just for terminology, microwave, crock pot, whatever you want to call it, that's going to create heat and pressure, tea kettle. We place a diamond seed in there. And then through pressure and heat, we create the same thing that happens underground. Now, diamonds are normally formed near volcanoes through heat and pressure. And then what happens, a volcano erupts and it spews sometimes rocks, 15 miles away. And then they end up in the riverbeds, and then they get washed down, and then they get buried in dirt through other, processes. So diamonds are formed by heat and pressure naturally near volcanic material. We do the same thing in a chamber. It's like having tomatoes in a field that you grew for 4 months naturally. They could have bugs, they could have pits, they could not ripen. Or you take tomatoes and you put them in a controlled environment, which is a hothouse tomatoes, which are beautiful. We don't even use soil, hydroponics. So we create a tomato that's just as flavorful. There aren't bugs. There's not pesticides. We don't have to worry about inclement weather. The same thing with a diamond. That's exactly what we've done. We've created a stone through the process of scientific technology that is exactly the same. So the lab-grown diamonds around this haloing are GH color. They're the best. D is colorless. You can't get better than that. So these diamonds coming out are so clean that why would we put regular earth mine diamonds that we would have to make this ring $6,000 when we can put lab-grown diamonds and charge you $700? It makes your life luxury affordability out there. This ring, if it was naturally sourced diamonds with that blue zircon in 10-karat gold, it would be thousands and thousands of dollars. The GIA, which is the certification that grades and checks all the diamonds in the world, I am GIA certified. When lab-grown diamonds first came into the market, GIA had to step in because people were buying lab-grown diamonds, bringing them to a store, reselling them as a diamond. A diamond tester looks like a pen. This looks like a needle. And through electric current, you touch the diamond, and the current knows the density of the stone. And on the pen, it will light up red for no or green for yes. No, for it's not a diamond. Well, these lab-grown diamonds were testing diamond. So GIA has now created a new method to test carbon and other stuff in the stone so they can tell if it's a lab-grown diamond or a naturally mine-sourced diamond. And the price is huge. There's a huge variation in price. So do your due diligence, especially people that are out there that are buying not from a reputable dealer, not from a reputable deal like Shop LC. You could be buying a lab-grown diamond and somebody could be selling you saying it's a naturally sourced. So very, very important. We stand behind everything that we sell to you. Everything we know from where it's picked off the ground, it follows that paper trail right here to the corporate office. So no worries when you buy from us. We stand behind our merchandise 100%, which is important. We also, if it's not in a clearance event, give you 30-day money-back guarantee, which is also very important. Okay, I'm going to move on. Enough about diamonds. Just try to give you a little education so you know between lab-grown to naturally sourced. I'm going to move on to a peacock tanzanite. Now, this is going to be, this, my friends, is, the best part about my job is that I get to try on and tell you all about these beautiful pieces of jewelry. I couldn't do this in a jewelry store. They'd be so annoyed if I wanted to try on a few rings and just Google and gaga over them. Here gives me the ability to really try these on and learn about the stones and tell you more about them. Because the prices here, remember, these are unrealistic. The price comparisons in a real world is what I'm going to tell you on this ring. This ring, because it's peacock tanzanite, it is also diamond. It is also 10 karat, and this is an Art Deco design. So I'm going to pull it closer. Art Deco was a period in time in the early 1900s, late 1800s that really mirrored some of the most beautiful interior craftsmanship in homes, the uber wealthy. It was just a time period that was fun. I don't know if it was fun. I didn't live then. I'm probably wasn't that fun. Now it's fun. But you know what I'm saying. The jewelry that came out of that period was beautiful. Okay. So peacock tanzanite. Tanzanite comes from Tanzania in Africa. It's one sourced in the entire world. Does not come from anywhere else. It also cannot be lab created. For some reason, the structure on tanzanite we cannot mimic and cannot grow it in chambers. When our company in 2012 went over to Tanzania to go to the mines, we do a lot of exploring with hosts and our photography team, our videographers. They go over, they create content, they do commercials, and the hosts get to explore beautiful places. I went to Bali, but they had gone over to Tanzania. Now, when they went over there in 2012, there was 4 of the tanzanite blocks. So a block is a concrete square, which is a mine, and you can look down. There's a little cart on a rope that gets pulled up. You sit in it, and it brings you down up to a quarter of a mile, probably even more at that point. It's very dirty. It's very claustrophobic. And tanzanite is discovered in graphite, which is even dirtier. It comes in little pebble forms. They look for veining. They hand pick it out of the walls. Since 2012, our team went back in 2018, and 2 of the blocks in that mine were completely closed. There was no more tanzanite coming out of them. Our prediction is, in the next 5 years, for the last 2 remaining blocks to be mined out. That is now, can't guarantee that, but that's a prediction because it's realistic. They've already pulled so much material out of there, and they're down to 2, that eventually it'll be gone. So when you're dealing with a peacock tanzanite, and the peacock has the colors, purples, blues, it's pleochroism, which means multicolored when you move this around. But this is a more interesting tanzanite because it has purples, it has silvers, it has blues, it has flashes of just really, colors in it that you don't normally see with a regular stone. So this is going to be a pear-shaped. Your center stone on this is going to be a little bit over a carat, 1.09, that's the size. It's going to be, once again, AAA grade, which is fantastic for tanzanite. It's going to come with your, this one, okay. And your number of diamonds are going to be 32, 0.14 total weight, and that is the rounds. The reason we call this an Art Deco design is because the baguettes, the way they're positioned, east, west, north, and south, is a design when they use a lot of baguettes. It's mirrored to that time period. Now your price on this, after your 25% off, $749. $749. Remember, this is in gold. This is in, this is in 10 karat gold. This is part of our Luxurio collection, which in that particular collection, when we're using fine materials like platinum, gold, and 18 karat, we usually put in nothing less than a quad or 3 AAA. So this is going to be $749. That's really a great deal. Now on this particular ring, I have 12 total. That's it. That price will be gone. I have 4 8s, I have 4 7s, and I have 4 9s. On a ring like this, if I don't have a 5, because it is gold, we will size it up or down 2 sizes for you for free. You can work that out with the personal shopper. Just give them a call, 888-835-2237. And they will become your best friend. They can help you out with any questions, especially if you want to put on budget pay. You have questions about everything. They're going to be your best friend. We pay them to do that. They are happy to be here and happy to be your friend, because if it makes that delivering joy shopping experience more pleasurable, that's what we want to do for you here at Shop LC. Okay, we're moving into something that is really beautiful. And so January is right around the corner. It's here, right around the corner. You know, I've worked so many shifts for the last 2 weeks. I don't even know what day it is. Today is January 6th. We are into January, Cheryl. Okay. What I said earlier was garnet comes in a variety of colors. I showed you the Tessavarite, the green. I showed you the ember. Now I'm going to show you the Imperial Fire. Look at that. Now, why is this called Imperial Fire? Look at the stone. It looks like somebody actually has a fire. When you see the flames flickering, the color is red and orange. So when you move it around, you really get the look of flames flickering. Full cut on this. All right, this is going to be, once again, 10 karat yellow gold. And I'm going to put it next to the Petroki, and don't focus. I'm going to cover up the pink stone. All right? I'm going to do that on purpose, because now I want you to see the 3 colors of garnet. All right? You can see the purple, that beautiful Andalusite, or, that beautiful reddish color. We called it ember. And then you see the Tessavarite, that green. And now you're seeing that orange, all in the garnet family. So if you are a January baby and you want a beautiful ring, grab any of these that I'm showing that have garnet in them, because that is the birthstone for you. Now, this is going to comes with our certified appraisal card. And this particular ring is, center stone is 10 by 8 millimeter. The diamonds are going to be 0.36 carat, and these are naturally sourced diamonds. These are not lab grown. So just making sure. Your price on this, after the 25% off, this is number shop 5, is going to be $997. Now think about that. $997 for genuine diamonds. Genuine sourced diamonds. That beautiful garnet, that's large. That's 10 by 8. That's pretty substantial for a garnet. And the quality on this garnet and the rarity is what we're talking about. When you have something this rare, surrounded by naturally sourced diamonds for, under $1,000, my friends, that's a good deal. On this particular one, I do have quite a few sizes. I have only 110 and 1 6.5, but the other I have like 4 or 5 in the other variations of sizes. Like I said, if you don't see your size and it's out when you go to order, then, we can size up or down 2 sizes, no worries. Or pick a different finger to put it on. It's up to you. All right, so that was going to be shop number 5, and we are moving on to shop number 6, which is going to be your grandidierite. So hold on for 1 second. I'm going to hold this right here. Take a little sip of your water.
Is that personal shopper in the meantime, if they need any assistance?
Personal shopper here, Ilya, saying personal shopper number right here. If you need any assistance at all, 888-835-2237. They can help you with anything. Now remember, we also have on the live, the live stream, you get an additional 25% off, which is great because we're really trying to pump up the business on this side. A lot of our customers are not sitting watching TV anymore. They are more like I do. Everything on my phone. We're promoting the live stream. And because of that 25% off, if you're spending $12, $13, $2,000, that's a big chunk of change off. On $2,000, you're talking $500 off. So take advantage of that while you can. The prices are going to change. I don't want to really go into that so much on this, but obviously everybody knows what's going on in the metals market with sterling silver and gold, how the prices escalated over the last, in 2025, gold went up 141%, which is, sterling silver went up 141%, which is a massive climb. Platinum doubled in price. Gold went up $2,000 in, 12 months. So all I can say is that these rings and stuff that I'm showing you now were manufactured before that giant spike. So the prices that we're selling them to you for, we did not reprice these. When we make and design a piece here at Shop LC, it is priced out the day it goes into production. So I have done a couple of designs, 4 or 5 with Shop LC, and the day that I sit down and we sketch it out, then we pick the stones, and then it goes through a process where they actually figure out how much gold or silver each piece is going to take, and they do their margins, and they come back and they say, okay, we're going to manufacture this piece. So they did 4 or 5 pieces of mine last year. I started in October. The pieces arrived in beginning of April, and we rushed it. So that was a massive rush. So pieces like this have been in our warehouse, in our vault, for over 8 months. So you're getting prices. We don't go in and say, oh, the price of gold has gone up. We need to change all those prices. We have hundreds of thousands of items. Can't be done. And you know what? We can't change it. Every day we'd be changing prices because things jump in price. So when it's designed, manufactured, that is the price you're paying at that particular time. So whatever I'm showing you now are really substantial savings. Just wanted to throw that in there. Give you a little more behind-the-scenes information. All right, so now we're going to talk about a stone that most people probably have never heard of, unless you are a Shop LC watcher, and that is grandidierite. Now, grandidierite is a stone that was found in 1902 by Alfred Lecroix. That's about as best as I can say in French. It comes out of Madagascar now. Very, very rare. The color of it is a toss-up between an aquamarine and an aquamarine. Can't think of another stone that is this particular color or close to it. That's what's substantial about grandidierite. There's not another stone that is this particular color. So the rarity on it is spectacular. If you're a collector of rare gemstones, this is one of them. Now, to me, when I look at this, I go, that looks like when I went to Puerto Rico with my niece Sally, who's watching, and we swam in Culebra to the clearest beach and water I'd ever seen. And it was this blue color. And it just brings you back. Sometimes you look at a piece of jewelry, and for some reason, it sparks a memory. And this was a happy memory. Brings you back to a memory that you just, want to live over and over again. Now, this particular grandidierite, the center stone is 3 1/3 carat, 3.35. It is an 11 by 9. It is greenish blue in color, which is perfect for a grandidierite. The hardness on this is about a 7.5. A diamond's a 10. So this is still a workhorse stone. Very hard. You can wear it all day long. You have tapered baguettes, 27 of them. Each one is EF color. And can you scroll down just a little bit under that? And, okay. Oh, went too fast. Go up, down a little bit more. Up. Okay, stop. Thank you. Oh, go up a little bit more. No, the other way. There, and there, and there. Okay, I'm trying to get to, all right. So tapered lab-grown diamonds, minimum carat weight, 0.35, EF color. These are baguettes. Now, when we talk about the shape of diamonds, we have multitude of shapes. Baguettes are a oblong shape, and they were started cutting baguettes late in the 1800s, and that's what I was talking about when I say mirrored from an Art Deco or Victorian period. Baguettes were used a lot to accent beautiful jewelry in that time period. Excuse me. In order to cut stones into baguettes, especially diamonds, they had to be super clean because there's such a large table. You're talking about something that is the shape of this. This would be a baguette right here. This would be a diamond in this oblong shape. Now think about that table. This is all the table that you look down and you see on a baguette, and you're like, that's a lot of table. When you have a radiant cut round that has 58, 183 facets, there's so many different ones now that's hard to keep up. They can hide a lot under those facets. When you have something that is just diamond, it has to be pretty clean. So your grandidiorite, once again, this is extremely rare. After the 25% off, this is going to be $1,124. And this is going to be shop number 6. Shop 6, up there, put it down, press that button, and then put in live 25 in that promo box, and it'll bring down the price to $1,124. Okay, so we're going to move on now to, another garnet. And this one is different shape, a little bit different color. And I'm going to hold up and try to put the garnet rings a little bit together so you can see what I'm talking about, variations in color too. So this one is Imperial Garnet. Once again, January birthstone. This is going to be done. This one. So this is so pretty. It reminds me of like a snowflake in the winter. The way that I'm going to put it in close to the camera. I'm going to put it in close to this camera. But the way that those diamonds are offset in variations, it looks like a snowflake. Now, if you look at this larger picture, Elise, pull it up please on the backboard. And Elise is doing a fantastic job because you know what? I'm very demanding tonight. Normally, but I'm asking for graphics and crazy stuff. And he's doing pricing and everything else, answering questions. So, man behind the scenes, they don't get credit. All right. So you're in 10 carat, boom, boom. And look at what I'm talking about. See how they put a baguette, which is that, what I just showed you, that long oblong with full cut diamond. So they've altered this all the way around. So it has a double halo. But the way they've altered that, it just looks like a snowflake. It is so exquisite, just really feminine. Years ago, I would probably have said, this looks like a cocktail ring. But those days are gone. We don't really call them cocktail rings. We call them fancy rings. This is something that, honestly, this is what I'm wearing. This is what I came in with, right? Boom. Fancy. Everybody's wearing fancy. You don't have to wear plain anymore. This is something, if you want to take off your wedding band and wear something like this, you can. The world has changed, If your wedding band doesn't fit anymore and you just want something beautiful and you're maybe a January birthstone, grab this ring because it really is a pretty, pretty ring. Now, on a ring like this, center stone, 10 by 7. 10 by 7. It's got an orange to yellow color. That's obvious. That's going to be your garnet. Hardness is a 6 to 7.5, which is extremely hard. Your diamonds are going to be lab grown. 40 of those bad babies, 20.26. And the hardness on lab grown is a 10, is a diamond. A diamond's a diamond, a diamond. Tomato, tomato. We already talked about that. Don't poo-poo on the lab grown diamonds because they are beautiful. And this ring is absolutely spectacular. $1,124. This is in 10 karat gold. Think about the price of gold right now. It has gone crazy in the marketplace. It's made it for most people unaffordable. Years ago, gold, a lot of people, they were like, well, gold's expensive. Now it's really expensive. So if you can get a gold ring with diamonds and a mandarin garnet for $1,124, I think you're doing pretty darn good out there. Now, a lot of people out there are not doing your traditional diamonds, single solitaire as an engagement ring anymore. They're going varying off to the colored stone world. It's just it's a different world now. A lot of people want something different. Remember, diamonds are diamonds. There's a lot of them out there. When we're talking about colored stones that come from an individual mine or an individually sourced area, obviously those are going to retain their value. If diamonds continue ever flowing, we can lab produce them now. We can still mine them out of the ground. The diamond price is still held high, but if you can buy a colored stone that you know is going to be mined out or almost non-existent, that's going to be where your investors step in because they know the price is only going to go up. So if you love this ring, 1124, and this is going to be shop number 7. Grab it while you can. I have 10 of these. Sorted sizes. You can go on the line and see what sizes I have. But yeah, great price, $11.24 for another garnet. And the reason I picked a lot of garnets for this show, obviously, January. It's a birthstone. A lot of people, aren't even aware that garnets come in a variation of color. So I like to do a show, give you a little bit of education, give you some prices, make that shopping pleasurable experience a little bit better. No pressure. You can message me any questions. If you have anything, I see Leanna's watching. I see Els is watching. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. Happy New Year. Happy to see everybody tuning in. So now we are going to go into something that I absolutely love. And that is going to be your Wella Opal. And I'm from Boston. It's going to be your Wella. Going to be your Wella Opal here. No, Wella. W-E-L-L. W-E-L-O. Boston Wella. Really? Okay. Wella came into the market through Ethiopia, I say about 10 years ago. Now, what happened was, years ago, all your best opals came from Australia, Lightning Ridge, all the different specific areas of Australia. And it warranted the price to be extremely high because opals were, once again, sourced out of one area. We couldn't get good quality for inexpensive prices. So people in the yesteryear think opals are like, you can't touch them. The prices are way too high. When this discovery happened in Ethiopia, it brought the opal market, a chatter. Chatter was people that were saying, oh my God, this find in Ethiopia is massive. It's going to change the course and the price of opals, which it has. So a lot of people have now bought Wella opals because they are so much more affordable. They're an opal. They're not manufactured. They're not lab created. They come out of the ground. And I brought you some samples, and I'm going to tell you all about opals. Now, first of all, the ring I'm wearing I absolutely love it for quite a few different reasons. I love, first of all, the low profile. So if you look at this ring from the side, it's not sitting in a giant cage on top of my finger, which means that when you wear it, you can see my hand running over. You're not going to catch it. If it was in a giant cage, it would catch on things. We're in mitten weather now, so we want low profile rings. Now, the second reason I love this ring, look at the size of that center stone. That is 6.11 carat. Ooh, I like that number. 611. That is the size, 6 carat. The millimeter size is 16 by 12. Now, this is a triple A, right? I told you all great gemstones I'm showing you. The number of lab-grown diamonds on this, which you can see cascading down the shank, are going to be 10, and it's going to be 10 points. Now, this particular ring is in 10 karat rose gold. And the reason they set it in rose gold, if you look at this particular opal, it has a slight pink hue to it. That's a natural hue in this particular opal. Now, opals come in a variation of color. Sometimes pinks, blues, greens, yellows. When you have all that color in one opal, that's quad. That's 4. 4A. This is 3. This is close, boy. This is got a whole lot of color in it. Now, something like this, like I said, low profile. Look at the color. This is not heat treated. Opals do not get heat treated. Very difficult to cut. Now I'm going to show you something interesting, and I'm doing this strictly for the camera. So, just so you know, and then I'm going to explain to you why. So, opals are about 90% water. That's how they're formed. And all those, so when an opal is formed, if you took a glass bucket and you took golf balls and dumped it full of golf balls and pretended that was the interior structure of the opal, that opal would be white like this. It'd be white. It would not be worth a lot of money. We have a lot of industrial grade opals. Once you start getting color play, what happens is when you take that same glass bucket and you fill it with golf balls, softballs, baseballs, all different spheres, the light now has different directions and different ways that it bounces around to create all the color play in an opal. Now, normally, I'm just doing this for your viewing pleasure. Opals seek out water. They like to be moist. If they're not stabilized, a Wella opal or a Australian or any other opal will actually dry and crack. They seek out water. So a lot of times when you're out at a show, you will see opals in bodies of tubs of water. It shows off the color. It keeps them moist. Now, they seek water. Now, this is a little piece of natural Wella opal that I took from just 2 pieces. So I took this from my collection. This is uncut. You can see the matrix on the outside, right? So there's a lot of matrix when you find an opal. Now these have great flash, 100% translucent, but very thin. See how thin that is? It's like a piece of paper. That thinness does not give me the ability to cut something of this thickness. Look at the difference, all right? So to cut this, you need a much bigger body of opal. And opal this is by the gram. This is how this is sold. So to cut that cabochon to a 6 karat opal, you're buying by the gram. That is massive. And it's a lot of money. So I said they seek out water. So I'm going to tell you, if everybody saw Red Ryder BB, the Christmas story, do you remember young kid stuck his tongue to the pole because it was cold? So I'm going to give you a little example of how opals seek out water. Here's that little opal. I'm going to stick it to my tongue. Look at that. Opals, and I did that strictly for your viewing pleasure to give you a little education. Now these are opals that are Wella opals that I brought also, and these are thin sliced, much, much thinner, and these are faceted. That's from my personal collection, but they're not 6 karat, right? So I just taught you a little bit about opals. This is a 6 karat opal. Your price on this, $1,199. It is in gold. It's a 6 karat opal. It is rose gold, which is out of all the golds that are manufactured and mixed, rose is the hardest one to produce. We have to mix it with certain other alloys to get that pink color. Very, very difficult to do. In the metals market, that is done by obviously places that are really good at it. This can be yours. This is going to be shop number 8, $1,199. Welcome to the world of Wella Opals. They have taken over the market and brought opals to 100% affordability level. Now that particular ring, if that was an Australian opal, a 6 carat, in that exact same setting with diamonds, that would be about $8,000. And that's realistic. Opals in Australia are, if you've ever been to the Australian Outback, I have been to Australia a couple of times. I have never gone to the Outback to mine, nor would I ever. It is fly ridden. You have to actually wear I have a bee suit, and I'm okay with insects. Flies that are going up your nose and in your mouth when you're just trying to talk, I can't handle that. So that part of the world, going and mining for me, probably ain't going to happen. Or I'd have to pack my full bee suit. And then, I'd be kicking back. Who cares, right? But the stuff that they're pulling out of the ground, some of the mines have actually closed down, some of the smaller mines in Australia. Once again, it's a single source stone, Australian opal. It's not endless. Any gemstone out there that we mine or sourced, it's not endless. There comes a time when either the quality changes or certain things happen in certain countries. Certain countries step in and say you can't export our stones anymore without paying a giant price. So in that market of naturally sourced material, it's very, very tricky because you're actually taking sources from a country that is usually, other than Australia, that is usually a third world country that is struggling and is poverty level for a lot of people. So sourcing stones becomes a highly risky business as far as robbery, the way things are taken out of the country. So Shop LC, we usually send our buyers boots on the ground. Like I said, we want to have a paper trail from the time that stone is plucked out of the ground or a cave to it reaches our facility where our master cutters cut it, because that could, that could break us. We don't want to have any issues with illegal or children and all that other stuff. So Shop LC really does their due diligence. Okay, speaking of due diligence, if you didn't want to wear the ring and you want the opal pendant instead, a pendante, then this particular one is going to be same large size. This is going to be 6 carat. It's almost same size, 16 by 12. It's going to be a 6.5 hardness. So opals are not like a diamond. You do not want to put this on and spray cologne. You don't want to put this on and spray hairspray. You don't want anything that is alcohol based to hit the surface of an opal, because eventually it will dull the stone. And it can be fixed, but you have to have it repolished and they have to take it out of the setting, and it's extremely expensive to do, especially if it's not a really good stone. It's probably not worth doing that. You're going to have 7 lab-grown diamonds. They're going to be a point each. And look at this, how beautiful it lays on the neckline. Now, once again, you're going to get our logo on the back, that D for DeJoy. And this is such a beautiful opal. When I look at it, and I'm going to hold it right into, it works better with the ring. Let me show you with the ring. Because now, you would, when you're wearing this, you wouldn't see this. I'm going to hold this directly into the light and up. So you can actually see through that stone. So there's a big spotlight in front of me, and I have it angled so you can see. So you can see our logo. I think you can see it. Maybe, I don't know if you can. But I can see it when I'm looking at it from this angle. I could see that DeJoy, that D. That is our designer logo. So that's going to be in the ring. It's also going to be on the back of the pendant. Now this beautiful pendant, the diamonds mirror that ring. They're up the shank. It's going to be with this free chain, giving you the chain for free. Is that right? Let me make sure.
Yes,
yep.
Chain included.
Yep. Chain included. 20-inch chain. And that's 10 karat rose gold on this chain. The chain alone is a few $100s. I'm throwing it in for free. Your price on this is going to be $1,199. And this is going to be shop number 9. $1,199 for a beautiful Wella opal out of Ethiopia. So if you have, now opal, October birthstone, if you want to buy it now and put it away for October and do budget pay, in 5 months it'll be paid off and then you can put it away. It's a beautiful accent piece for the springtime because it has all those beautiful colors in it, blues and yellows and greens, all that sparkle of sunshine and colors that you want to wear to put a happy smile on your face. Happy smile too. $1,100. $1,199 free shipping to have 10 karat rose gold around your neck. It's a luxurious piece. It's, once again, affordable luxury. That's what we do best here at Shop LC. Okay, now I'm going to move on to, we are now going into the world of ruby. So I'm going to take you to Mozambique because Mozambique rubies are, and this is, okay. I particularly love this ring. And I love it for 2 reasons. Sometimes, as much as I like really big, large pieces of jewelry, I love pieces that have a certain design look. Now, this is one of them because what they've done is they have taken that Mozambique. Can you pull up the graphic in back of me?
Yes.
So they have taken this beautiful Mozambique ruby that is emerald cut and faceted. And they have paired it and mirrored it on the setting with champagne diamonds. And it's in 10 karat gold. 2 karat total weight. Now look at this. And this is like, so this is raised a little bit. You can see, I'm going to do a close up so you can see right here where I'm pointing. All right. When you look at it here, it looks flat. Here you can see it's raised. This, my friends, is all champagne diamonds. Champagne diamonds are from the Argyle Diamond Mine in Australia, which is gone. The Argyle Diamond Mine is closed. So to get naturally sourced, and these are natural diamonds, Shop LC bought these a long time ago. We have a lot of gemstones in our vault that we hold on to, and we use them when they warrant into a piece that we've designed that has a great design technique, and we like it. So this particular ring is going to be your octagon. It's going to be 1 1/3 carat of just Mozambique ruby. It's going to be surrounded by full cut, round champagne diamonds, a 1/4 carat total weight. Your price on this today, $974. Now, rubies. They are one of the star players. The 4 gemstones that are the star players, ruby, emerald, sapphire, diamond. Those are the 4. This is one of the top players in that category. If you love the color and want red and have never owned a ruby, this is what you need to buy. First of all, it's in gold. All right, the price of gold is going up and up and up. Not only that, but it's paired and mirrored with natural Argyle champagne diamonds, which are non-existent anymore. So this ring, between the ruby and the diamonds, and then you have the gold content, well worth $974. I mean, realistically, I can see this being a resellable piece for somebody that's really into the high-end market, because as gold creeps, let's say it goes up to $6,000 an ounce. This ring, now, our price that we're charging you is $974. That's not even close to the price you would pay out there in the real world. This is live stream. This is Shop LC has the buying power to buy all the rubies from a mine, or all the remaining diamonds from the Argyle mines that a collector has in their vault. And that's what they've done. They've gone in, they've purchased it, they've held on to it to create pieces like this that are really intricate and beautiful. This piece, and I can say right off the bat, 100% unisex. I'd say if you have a man in your life that likes something that is not real chunky and monkey for a guy, but has that that definitely a little bit more of a stature than a single solitaire ring. This is the ring for you. It is really, really well done. And I love it with the champagne diamonds. And it's funny, if I was going to design this, I probably wouldn't have done it with champagne diamonds. But now that I see it, I really like it because it is so different. And when I'm out there looking at designs and stuff like that, I look for stuff that is different. Now, what I'm also going to tell you about this ring is that right here in the center where this ring is raised, those are white diamonds set in there. So it has both your champagne and your white diamonds. Whew, this is so pretty. It really is. This is one of the rings that, there's not a lot of stuff out there. I go, ooh, that I sort of do like that. Ooh. And guess what? Valentine's Day is coming up. February 14th. If you need a ruby ring for your sweetie, this is one of the pieces that you'd probably want to get. It is really, really substantial. Once again, it's in gold, right? Price of gold is going up anyway. So you're getting gold, you're getting Mozambique ruby, you're getting white diamond, you're getting champagne diamond. And these are not lab-grown diamonds. These are naturally sourced. So that's a steal deal. And I have, let's see how many of these I have. I have a little bit of quantity, but not a ton. So if you decide you want this, that is such a pretty piece. Probably my favorite so far. So far, now I'm not through the show, but so far I'd say this is a steal deal at $9.74. So grab it while you can. That is a natural champagne diamond, naturally white diamonds. A lot of lab-grown stuff out there. When you can get natural of that quality, that means the price is usually much, much higher. Okay, we're going to move on to a little emerald. Let's bring in another player, another star player in this show. And this is going to be your emeralds. And look at this. Full-on emerald tennis bracelet. Unbelievable. And now we're talking full-on. Every single one of these has to match in color precisely. And they do. And I'm going to hold it on a piece of white paper first so you can see it. And see, if one of these stones was a little bit mismatched, you'd be able to see it, especially when I hold it on white. All right? So this is the key. If you go into a jewelry store and they don't have a white paper for you to put emeralds or a stone behind that's color, you ask them to go get a piece of white paper. Because this is going to show you that every one of these individual emeralds, hand set, is precisely matched to each other. Now, this is going to be in 10 karat yellow gold, the whole entire thing. It is not vermeil. It is solid gold. Your price on this normally, it's $11,000. These are clear emeralds, folks. This is a stunner. Your price on this, after the 25% off, hold on because you're going to fall off your chair, $1,499 for a gold emerald tennis bracelet. $1,499. I'm writing that down. Now, I only have 10 of these in the world. And I know these were manufactured about 9 months ago. I aired them on the live TV. And at that time, they were much more expensive. When we get down to limited quantity, we blow it out at a really, really low price. Now, this is going to be 6.5 inch. And this has your standard snap lever closure. So you can see the little prong there. This actually slides right in. Hold on, let me get this lined up. Okay, it slides in. And then you hear a snap. Boom, you heard that snap. And then this is your safety clasp. And that is a second closure. And that actually snaps over too. So, and it's a double safety because on a bracelet like this, gosh, we don't want you to ever lose it. I mean, it is beautiful. It's solid gold. It's emerald. And it's $1,499. On budget pay, I think it's split that over 5 months. It's about $300 a month. This is substantial. It has 53 carats. GHSI. I'm looking up close. Look at those emeralds. So I'm looking at the clarity. The clarity on these emeralds is unbelievable. And the same thing, when we grade stuff, these are going to be your AAA. So emeralds are A through quad, 4. And your AAA is right under that quad, and these are going to be substantial quantity, color, carat weight, all the best you can, put and rolled up into one beautiful bracelet for $1,499. And that, my friends, is going to be shop number 11. Okay, moving on, we are talking about Cambodian blue zircon, natural yellow and white diamonds. And this, I looked at this, and it has just been screaming at me. This looks like, if you've ever heard of aqua aura in quartz, it's almost like a peacock blue. It's a process that came out when they bond titanium with quartz on top of quartz, and you get this, they call it aqua aura. It was in the market, it's still out there and available. But this screamed that color. And I'm going to show you, because look at that color on that. That is something that you look at it and you go, holy cow. That, and I could actually, this was over here on the side, and when I was moving around, it's like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm like, all right. I have other rings I'm showing. But this one was screaming for me to show, and it is absolutely stunning. This is going to be your AAA Cambodian blue zircon, natural yellow and white diamonds, 3.65 carat. They call this the Sunlit Ocean Ring. Now, the reason they do that is because they have mirrored this, or haloed it. They've taken the blue, then they've haloed it with natural yellow diamonds. Then they've done white diamonds. So you're talking about the sun, the ocean together in one ring. You're talking about 10 karat white gold. I mean, this is absolutely stunning. The color of that zircon is the star. That is it. That is the star player of this ring. Okay, $1,899. This ring is valued out in the real world, 10 grand. $10,000. Because this particular color zircon is extremely rare. Your price was $1,899 here at Shop LC. Discount after the 25% brings it to $1,424. Under $1,500, you have 22 yellow diamonds, and those are fancy diamonds. When we call them yellow, that goes past the Z color category. Now, diamonds are graded D to Z in color. Once you get into the Z, those are usually color of diamonds that is not sought after. It's yellow, but it's not considered a fancy or canary yellow. When it is specified yellow diamond, you have passed that Z color, which means that it is actually a yellow diamond. And then once again, you have white diamonds. Now, these are naturally sourced. These are not lab grown. So this ring is stunning, absolutely stunning. This is going to be shop number 12. I love this ring. I love the size of the center stone. All right, moving on, we are into Lagoon Tourmaline. So this is going to be shop number 13. This actually exhibits pleochroism too, because this Lagoon Tourmaline, and once again, a little bit of an Art Deco setting. You can see that this has the baguettes that are facing north and south, and then you have this double row of prong set, little teeny full cut round diamonds. So this is going to be your Lagoon Tourmaline AAA, once again, part of our Luxurio collection, 10 karat white gold. So you're dealing with solid gold. Price on this, $12,000. Our price, $2,229. Your price is going to be $1,724. From $12,000 to $1,724. Now you say, how can there be that big of a price difference? How can that be? Okay, easily. Very rare stone, center stone, especially the color of this. This exhibits both green and blue. Now, tourmaline comes in a variety of colors, and I actually brought a massive piece. I brought some samples for you. Some samples I'm back. I'm still here. So this is a piece of pink tourmaline that I have yet to set into a piece of jewelry. Look at the size of that. All right? That's pretty large chunk of pink tourmaline, for sure. We're dealing with blue. Pink is very common. I hate to say it. It's a common stone, the pink color. Everybody knows pink tourmaline. How many people know green or blue? Not a lot. And so when you get into those two colors that are in one ring, then you're talking about high quality. You're talking about very, very, very rare. Now, this is done in white gold, which is absolutely stunning. And then you have your baguettes that are haloing down the sides of this. This is such a pretty ring. This would make the most beautiful little engagement ring. It really would. You know, for somebody that just doesn't want a normal diamond. I mean, you know, diamonds are diamonds. They're beautiful. I love them. But you know what? Sometimes having that little bit of color with diamonds really makes that stone, whether it's the center stone, and you can do diamonds on the side like this. This could be the most pretty little engagement ring, promise ring, ring for a selfish purchase, ring because you've never had blue lagoon tourmaline. I mean, a million different reasons you could buy this. So that center stone is going to be 1 1/3 carat in an octagon cut, which is fully faceted. And then you have your baguettes, 18 of them. 18 baguettes going tapering down the sides, both sides of that shank. They're going down. So here's your beautiful octagon, blue-green. And you can actually see, I love this because when I hold it up to the camera, this is my pointer, you can't see the blues and the greens, but just this picture alone, here's a shading of blue, and then look at here, and look at here, and look at here. Those are greens. So when you move this ring around, that pleochroism means two colors. You can see two colors in this ring, and I jumped into your face. Now, over here are the baguettes, down, east, and west. And then mirrored on both sides, or haloing the baguettes, are going to be your full cut rounds. And these are prongs. These are prongs holding those round diamonds in. These are prongs holding that beautiful octagon shape. So when you're dealing with stones that has stones, when you're dealing with a ring that has that amount of little stones, and they're little, those prongs, it's a difficult job to set them. I know Els is watching. Well, she made jewelry for years and years. She understands the whole process. Thank you for watching. I miss everybody. Bonnie King is on. Hey, Bonnie. All my old friends from St. Augustine, get a shout out. Okay, this can be yours. 1724. 1724. Sounds like a good year to sing to. I'm glad I wasn't born and lived in that year. Those would be hard times. There was not a lot of luxuries then, I can tell you that. Not like today. All right, we are moving on to shop number 14. And this is going to be your golden turquoisite. Now, a little bit about turquoisite. It is one of the 8 color-changing stones in the world. I wonder if I could change. Oh, I'm trying to mirror it. So let's see if it changes with me doing a little shadow. Probably not, but this will color change automatically like an amethyst. It goes from a golden brown to a greenish color. So very, very interesting stone. This is one single source. Your center stone on this golden oval turquoisite, is going to be you have 3.3 carat total weight, 10 carat yellow gold on a 20-inch chain. Price on this, $1,999. That's our regular price, but it's a $6,500 pendant. Our low price after the 25% off is going to bring it down to $1,499. $1,499. I'm going to hold this up to the neckline so you can see the color. Hold it up to my skin first. Okay. Whoops. Say it again.
Here's a backup graphic.
Oh, thank you very much. So here is the thanks, Elias. So see how good he is? This is why it pays to have a good producer, director, or what do they call it? Producer?
All three.
Oh, he does it all. You can't even, he wears all the hats. But this is the color changing. This is what happens naturally with the turquoisite. Sunlight, indoors, candlelight, mixed light. It is going to exhibit those colors, those rusty browns and those forest greens. There's only 8 color changing stones in the world. That's it. That's it. I named them all before. My brain is tired today, so I can't name all 8. But you can Google it. 8 color changing stones. I'm going to give you the 10-inch, the 10 carat, 20-inch gold chain with it, so it's ready to wear. If you are a lover of turquoisite, I know I have a lot of VIPs out there that are watching. Oh, and by the way, happy birthday to our VIP ambassador, Anna. I don't know how old she is. I think she's roughly, I'm going to say, close to my age. I hope. But we met here at Gem Fest, and you know how you connect with somebody and they just seem like they're very gentle in the heart and out for a good time? That is Anna, and she's super fun. And happy birthday, girl. And I hope you are enjoying your day, and I can't wait to see you in February. We are going to have some fun this time. So, happy birthday, Anna. Okay. Back to the turquoisite. So we have a lot of collectors that do collect this particular stone. I don't know if this is mined out. Possibly. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on that. Sorry, I don't have that for you. But color changing capability. Do you remember when Alexandrite was discovered over in Alexandria, Russia? It was discovered and named after Alexander the Tsar. And then after a while, Alexandrite disappeared. Completely disappeared from the world. It is my birthstone. I've never seen really incredibly clear pieces of Alexandrite that are color changing. I've seen lab grown, and I've seen some of the Alexandrite coming out of Afghanistan and Turkey now. But to get really clear color changing capability like that is so over the top expensive that even me as a gem collector and birthstone person, I probably wouldn't put it on the top of my list. Turquoisite, the same thing. One single source, but you're buying it before it's mined out, before it's non-existent, before it's gone forever. So if you like that property, that color changing, and you want something really rare, this is the piece for you. It's done in gold. That's a great price. Budget pays available. Call our personal shopper if you want to split this up over numerous credit cards to make it work. They have the capability to do that for you. But a stone like that, the color changing capability makes it one of the 8 gemstones in the world that has that capability. So extremely rare. Okay, we're going to move on to another ring. And this is part of our Madani collection, which we have. A little sip of water, excuse me.
Ooh, I like this one. Very beautiful.
So this one, yeah. So when you're dealing, this is a company that we paired with that years ago would bring in or give us the ability and give us pieces to sell that were over the top, high end in their website, in their store, but affordable here on Shop LC. Now this is this is in platinum. Platinum, 4.75 grams. This is garnet also, which is, so like I said, different colors of garnet. Let's put them all together just to confuse you a little bit. Let's take all the garnet, or how about 3? Look at the different colors. All right. Green, golden, yellow, fire. It is amazing that garnet comes in this array of colors. But think about this. This is 5 absolutely beautiful garnets in platinum. And I'm sure these are diamonds because they don't do anything but diamonds. This is going to be, is there diamonds in there? There is. Okay, it doesn't say it on my sheet. Can you pull up there's the specs. Okay, diamonds. It's got 8 rounds. Total weight on the diamonds, 0.11. The oval garnets are going to be 1.58, and the color on these is going to be a yellow green. This is part of our most expensive line, and this particular color garnet, almost non-existent. It's called that's why I didn't say it. Demandatoid. Demandatoid garnet. It's very, very rare. I can skip saying that first part because I probably butchered it. I'm from Boston. You know, there's certain words that we have a problem saying. But this particular ring is from our high-end collection, Modani. They have been paired with Shop LC for many, many years. They do very, very limited runs on anything that they make. So this particular piece, $12,000, right? And this is going to be shop number 15. 12,000, our price, $13.97. Your price, $1,048. $1,048. Now, I only have 7. That's it. And this is a design that will not be created again. So pieces like this, once you see them and they're gone, they are gone forever. This particular piece, hi Tony, this is going to be $1,048, and that is going to be in platinum. And your platinum content weight on this is pretty high. It's going to be 4.75 grams. That's almost 5 grams of platinum. And platinum has doubled in price. So when this was manufactured, platinum was probably at $1,200. It's now at $2,400. It jumped and doubled in price. Not gone up $40. It went up over $1,000. So crazy on the price of platinum. All right, we're going to move on to shop number 16, which is going to be, once again, your turquoisite. I showed you the pendant. Now I'm going to show you the ring that matches, or it doesn't really have to match. It does, though, because it has the baguettes mirroring both sides of that stone. These are, look at the way that's set. I love when they take a simple stone and they set and then they make a step. And that's what they've done with this turquoisite. So remember, this is 100% color changing, has the capability. When we're dealing with a stone like this is in 10 karat yellow gold. This ring is 3 3/4 carats. The center stone is 10.5 by 8.5. Hardness is 7. Your number of baguettes are 20. 20 diamonds right there in that ring. This is going to be in solid gold, 10 karat. The price on this, boom, boom, it's going to blow your mind. Okay, $7,800 normal. Our price, $19.99. Your price, I'm going to say $14.99. And it is $14.99. My brain is starting to function now. $14.99, I do that in my head. But look at that. That is something that if you are a collector of turquoisite, if you love turquoisite and you have never owned any, but you've heard us selling it over and over on the TV channel, and you're like, man, I don't know. I don't know. That's not the right size. That's not the right color. This is going to be your best quality right here, and 25% off. So that's a killer deal on January 6th here at Shop LC. Tune in, grab your turquoisite while we have them. Multiple sizes. Like I said, on a ring like this, if I don't have your size, I am willing to go up or down 2 sizes for free. And we're going to move on to shop number 17, back to the grandidierite. But the difference is, I'm going to pull out the 2 and put them side by side. Because when you look at the prices of rings, a lot of times when I'm showing you a ring, and then I step back, and then 15 rings later, I show you the same stone, not the same ring, not the same shape, same stone. You're like, why is there such a price difference? So I'm going to pull out the grandidier that I sold earlier. So hold on one second. Okay. So this is the grandidierite that I'm selling now. This is number 17, shop 17. This is in 10 karat yellow gold. It's also 10.65 carat. That is almost 11 carat in grandidierite. Now look at it next to the one I sold earlier. You can see the size of the stones. I mean, you don't have to be blind to see that. That teardrop, that teardrop, pear-shaped, is much, much smaller than that oval. Fully cut, fully faceted. This stone was discovered, like I said, 1902 by Alfred Lacroix. Now it's sourced out of Madagascar, but it's actually one of the only gemstones that comes out of Madagascar. Now, Madagascar, we have stones. We have labradorite. We have black tourmaline. We have ocean jasper, polychrome jasper. I could keep naming on and on and on. Grandidierite's the only gemstone. The only gemstone. That's what makes it extremely rare. Your price on this, 10 karat, yellow gold, after the 25% off, $2,024. $2,024, and that is going to be shop 17. Boom. Type in the message, send it off, 25% off, and that price. Once again, if we don't have your size, because they have very limited quantity on these, up or down 2 sizes, we're willing to do it for free. Okay. So that is going to be your Grandidierite, large stone, over 10 karat. I'm going to move on now to, we're going to move on to something that now we're talking. Because when we talk about Ruby, and I don't mean my friend, I don't mean Miranda, your daughter Ruby, I'm talking about this. Look at that. Boom. If that is not in your face, now that comes with your certified appraisal card, free of charge. That's what we do here at Shop LC. Free shipping, free appraisal card. We feed a child. Come to GemFest February 20th and come here and meet me. Give me a handshake. I'd love to meet you. Okay. This is a Montoplez Ruby. This is a ballerina halo styled. And you know what? They call it the ballerina because the first halo, the first row, are going to be baguettes, those long oblong diamonds. The second row are going to be fully cut, round, faceted. 10 karat yellow gold. This is so beautiful. And these are lab grown diamonds, by the way. So these are super clean. You have 4 tapered around the first halo. You have, 14. And then you have an additional 4. So what they've done, I'm looking at it to make sure. Oh, they've set a couple in the offset. Can you pull it up? All right. So right here. So these two are different size than these. So I have 4 here that are larger carat weight, and then smaller baguettes here. And then you have that extra halo. And right here, next to the larger baguettes, you can see they've done a smaller round radiant cut. So you have a larger, a smaller. So they've changed that style up where right on the side of that ruby, they've done an extra little design to break up just the regular haloing of diamonds. This ring is, the color of that ruby, I don't have my black light in here. Next time, I do have a flashlight, but no black light. When you shine a black light on a natural ruby, it glows in the dark. It has a neon color. That's the chromium in it. That's going to make it glow like it should. If you put a black light on this and it doesn't glow, then it's not a real ruby. And that's a way you could test out there in the marketplace if you're out shopping for real rubies other than here. But the prices that we're going to give you, why would you go out anywhere else and shop for a ruby? Gosh, I have the best stuff here, and it's such a great discounted price. Don't waste your money buying overpriced jewelry from somebody else. We stand behind it. 100%, you know exactly what you're getting. This particular piece, once again, $1,499 regular, your price $1,124. $1,124, and that is shop 18. $1,124. Boom, boom, boom. Shop number 18. All right. Now we got a couple more pieces. We have another Madani closeout. And so when it's a closeout, which means that our buying team has gone and stepped in and said to the manufacturer we're friends with, we'll take it all, but we want a really good deal on it. And we'll take it all. You don't have to sit on that material and sell one and one and one every year. You give it to us. We're going to put it on the live TV. We're going to air on the live stream, but we'll take it all at a very discounted price. This is not going to be 10 karat. I'm up in the game right now. I'm going to give you 14 karat. And I'm also going to give you a pink diamond, a yellow diamond. I'm going to throw in there a little bit of aquamarine. Okay. Number of pink diamonds, 20. And where are they? They are haloing around this particular stone right here. Your pink diamonds are haloing around that. Your yellow diamonds are haloing around the other one. This is almost like a bypass ring. Your center gemstones are going to be, can you scroll that back up, Ilias, for me, please? Okay, center stone, aquamarine, pear-shaped, 0.4, greenish blue. You're talking about, what's the pink? Is the pink morganite? It is.
Yes.
Okay. So let's get into a conversation about morganite. Your pink stone right here that are haloed with your pink diamonds. That's morganite. Morganite, to get this quality, is very, very exceptional. Morganite is the stone of love. It is your heart. It is, that pink color, but morganite has that soft pink hue. This quality is the best you can get in morganite. Now, I own some morganite. I actually have a ring that my husband had designed for me. I can tell you right now, we paid quite a bit for just the stone. I think we paid $650 wholesale, which would be in the real world $1,400 just for the stone. This whole ring in gold with the morganite, with the diamonds, already set. Our price to you, $1,499. $1,499. This is absolutely beautiful. You will not find a ring like this with this array of colored stones, natural colored diamonds for this price. It can't be done. First of all, the yellow diamonds, this doesn't have champagne, it has yellow. But once they are called yellow, they've surpassed that Z color, and they are now a fancy category. These are naturally sourced stones. Aquamarine. That color of the aquamarine on this side, look at that. It has that beautiful, just slight hue of blue, completely fully faceted teardrop, pear-shaped, either or, whatever you want to call it, potato. $1,499. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, we're going to move on to our last piece, which is going to be our Sleeping Beauty. And this is large and in charge. If you are a fan of Sleeping Beauty, excuse me for 1 second. I'm going to take a sip of water. Okay. Sleeping Beauty was discovered in Arizona, Midwest area. It was discovered in early 2000s. By 2008, the gentleman who owned the mine attended Tucson every year, selling off the Sleeping Beauty. He had about, let's say, 40 buckets, big buckets, gallon drums, whatever you call it, of Sleeping Beauty. When he arrived in 2012, he had 4. That was the only material he could pull out of that mine. At that point, he decided to close the mine. It was not worth it for him to keep a contract to get certified and keep that mine open for such a little bit of material. So it's now changed into a silver mine. So they're trying to mine silver out of it now. But the Sleeping Beauty, and you can't have a certificate for mining silver and Sleeping Beauty. When you go into getting your license and your regulations, it's a pick and choose. It's not a both. So he chose the silver, which means no Sleeping Beauty is coming out of that mine since 2012. Shop LC stepped in. Obviously, they've been around. In 2012, they saw what he had left and they bought it all. And we've had that. And we've been sitting on it in a vault, in a safe. And we slowly cut it and bring it into the market. So we control basically the Sleeping Beauty. We have an array of jewelry here. We have a lot of collectors that just collect Sleeping Beauty. The difference between Sleeping Beauty and regular turquoise is Sleeping Beauty has no matrix. There's no matrix at all on this particular stone, which makes it very, very different from most turquoise. Most turquoise has a lot of matrix. If you look at the Spiderweb, Royalston. I can, all the stuff that comes out of Nevada from the Ottoson brothers. That all has matrix in it. Sleeping Beauty is the only stone that does not have matrix. Now, if you want to watch a great show about turquoise, tune into Netflix and type in Turquoise Fever. It's a mini series that the Ottoson brothers did. It's a 6-part series. It's all about them mining turquoise. Their Japanese buyer comes in. It shows you everything. It's really, really interesting, fun, little educational. You get hooked on it, sort of like Gold Rush. But anyway, it's only 6 episodes, and it gives you there. And they come here and sit and sell on Shop LC a few times a year. They're out mining. It's a hard, especially now with the temperatures in Nevada. It's freezing. But a piece like this in Sleeping Beauty, look at the size of that. That is a large, large piece of turquoise. Now, this particular piece is done in 10 karat yellow gold, AAA, once again, AAA quality, lab-grown diamonds, EF, VS color, 11.20 carat. Look at that. That is substantial. Now, our price on this has been $23.99. Your price after the 25%, $1,799. And that's going to be shop 20. That is going to be shop 20 for the Sleeping Beauty turquoise. So, this can be yours for $1,799. Now remember, stones that are mined out, once again, are going to go up in value. If you look at the underside of this, once again, now this has an L. So our D collection, DeJoy, that is when we take sterling silver and we usually vermeil it, potato, but we put great gemstones in it. When you're dealing with this particular L, that's when we deal with triple grade A or quad 4, and it's also in a solid precious metal, being platinum, 18 karat, 14 karat, even 10 karat. But you're getting solid gold. There's no binding, there's no plating, there's no anything else. So that L is our designer logo here at Shop LC. So I have gone through quite a bit of a material right here. I brought you emeralds, zircons, kunzite, tourmaline, grandidierite, turquoisite, rubies. So my favorite pick, I always pick one thing for the show, it's going to be the ruby ring. This ruby ring at $724, $974. That's going to be my pick of the show because of the beautiful diamonds that are haloing that ruby. I just love the design. It's simple and elegant, edgy too, because that little black end where they set those darker stones. Everybody, welcome to 2026. I hope that you're prepared for this year. I hope that you have a few goals that you want to achieve. If not, don't beat yourself up. We all make goals. We can't all achieve them. That way there'd be no goals set the next year. But I'll see you next week. Tune in every Tuesday, 8 to 10. I am Cheryl Briggs Benvenuto, a.k.a. Queen Bee. Follow me on Facebook, Cheryl Benvenuto. And goodbye. Bye on Facebook, and thanks for watching.